Welcome back to Atomic Diecast. Today I'm going to get into, a recent Hot Wheels casting, one I immediately wanted when I saw it hanging on the pegs. It's the 1951 Hirohata Mercury, or Hot Wheels simply calls it the Hirohata Merc. This model came out in 2024 as a Rod Squad mainline, and that's the car spinning before you. Now, the word custom, I think at least, tends to get overused within the car world. It seems like if you slap a pair of rims on your vehicle and lower it, folks call that custom. And for me, it does not constitute custom. However, this 51 Mercury is the epitome of custom. And let me explain why I think that's the case. In 1951, Bob Hirohata commissioned the famous Barris brothers to build him a one-off 51 Merc. And note that Sam and George Barris weren't nearly as famous then as they'd become, but their stock was on the rise. Because Hirohata insisted the car be ready for the 1952 Motorama exhibition, the Barris brothers had very little time to complete it. In fact, they only had 14 days to complete it, and that's because they procrastinated 83 days after the order was placed. The build of Hirohata was $3,600, which is a lot of money back then. He basically had to sell a lot of what he had, and as the story goes, he took a loan from his aunt to pay off the bill. They kept the flathead Merc engine and the 3-speed transmission that came stock with the car, but everything else was altered. They chopped the top 4 inches in the front. I think it was something like 7 inches in the rear. They shaved and decked and nosed the body. The grille was augmented with teeth from a 52 Chevy. It got Appleton spotlights by the windshield. They V-butted the glass. The headlights were French. The rear exhaust was routed through the bumper, etc., etc. I mean, the build list for this thing goes on forever. I'll leave it with saying that the car was shot with 30 coats of two-tone shade green. And to this day, the Hirohata Merc is the poster child for customized Mercs. It's tops. At least in the world of Merc customization, this is the one that always is mentioned as so influential and one of the best done for that period. Sometime after 1953, Hirohata swapped the flathead for a 331 Cadillac overhead valve V8. More power and easier to drive, I'm sure, is the reason as to why he did. And from what I've been told, Hirohata drove this car daily to work and to run errands and whatever else he needed to do. So it was not a car that just sat in his garage. The car also made it into the 1955 film Running Wild. I've seen the movie. It's pretty good. It's about some car thieves. In that film, they changed the color to gold. And then after that, Hirohata sold it and the Merc bounced around. It was crashed. It was fixed. And then eventually it was sold to a 16-year-old boy named Jim McNeil for $500 in 1959. He kept it. I think he drove it a little bit. He eventually restored the car to its original glory in the late 80s and kept it until his death in 2018. His family, I think it was in 2020 or 22, somewhere around there, auctioned it off to an undisclosed buyer for $1.95 million. I later found out that it's currently part of the Galpin Auto Sports Collection in California. So I think you can go see it. I'm not sure, but I think they've got it on display. So that would be cool. Hot Wheels did a good job of capturing the essence of the original Hirohata Merc. The green two-tone paint, the wide white wall tires, which are WWB 5SP coated. It has a chrome interior. The Appleton spotlights actually protrude through the hood. Those are the two little chrome bubbles that you see up by the windshield. The paint on this one is really well applied. I should note that the base is green plastic, and the dark green portion down by the lower sides of the front fenders and doors, that's actually part of the plastic base, so that's not paint. They tampoed the headlights with silver. They did not touch the rear. I wish they had. It would have been nice to see some red on the taillights. And I think the side tampo up on the front fender at the top is the Barris badge or emblem that they used back in the day. And I I can't be certain of that. It's a really, really small tampo, but I'm 99% certain that's what it is. Hot Wheels did a Metal Flake apple green version of this in 2024. Again, they kept the dark green plastic base and two-tone portion near the lower part of the body. And then they did a pearl purple in 2025 as a Rod Squad mainline, and it also came out as a Super Treasure Hunt. I have 4 of these 4 cars. I've got 3. The only one I don't have is the Super Treasure Hunt. They're bringing a lot of money on eBay. I don't think I'm going to get one, but who knows? Maybe down the line I will. This one, which recreated the original, is by far my favorite. So, okay, what else? Well, let me think here. The model code is HRY67. The car weighs 35 grams. I thought it would actually be heavier. It's a big car. I mean, and it's got the side skirts covering the rear wheels, so I thought it would come in closer to 40 or even higher than that. But 35 grams is decent. So that's about it. If you know anything more about this car, drop some comments into the section below, and we'll now do the roll test. All right, 3 tries, and we'll take an average. I'm not sure how this is going to do. A lot of times when the wheels are tucked up under the car, they rub on the side of the inner well of the body. And it's also pretty low, so I don't know if it's going to drag it all on the rear bumper, but we'll find out soon enough. Here goes number 1. All right, 3. Pretty good. Attempt number 2. All right, that was terrible. And I think I probably started it too far to the left. Let's redo number 2. Yeah, much better. Went to 3. And the last one. All right, 3 again. So I'd say this is a tad better than average, not much better. But overall, it's a really clean casting of a classic custom. So thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe.